why you attract what you fear. Have you ever noticed that the very thing you fear seems to keep showing up in your life? The relationship you're terrified of losing, the job you dread not getting, the awkward social moments you desperately want to avoid. It's as if the universe has a radar for your deepest worries, and the more you resist, the more they chase you. But here's the twist. It isn't magic. It isn't karma. It's psychology. Fear is a powerful magnet. When we obsess over what we don't want, our brains light up with stress signals. Our choices, our body language, even the words we speak begin to orbit around that fear. We unconsciously steer toward the very situations we wish would disappear. This is the paradox of fear. What we fight, we feed, and what we feed grows stronger. Today, we'll break down why this happens and how you can finally break free. Because once you understand the invisible mechanics of fear, you don't just stop running, you stop being chased. To understand why fear feels like a magnet, we need to peek inside the brain. When you sense a threat, real or imagined, your amygdala, the brain's emotional alarm system, lights up. It doesn't care whether the danger is a lion in the wild or a dreaded text message. The response is the same. Fight, flight, freeze. Here's where it gets tricky. Your prefrontal cortex, the part of you that reasons and plans, wants to solve the problem. But fear hijacks that logic. Instead of calmly assessing the situation, your mind starts scanning for every possible sign that the fear might come true. The more you worry, the more your amygdala fires. The more it fires, the more you worry. A perfect feedback loop, a hamster wheel powered by adrenaline. This loop subtly shapes your behavior. You check your phone obsessively, avoid certain people, tense your shoulders without realizing it. Those small actions create ripples, social cues, missed chances, awkward pauses that can actually invite the very outcome you dread. It's not that the universe is against you. It's that your brain, built to keep you alive, sometimes confuses protection with prediction, and prediction can become prophecy. Breaking the loop starts with noticing it, because what you can name, you can tame.
Your mind is like a spotlight. Where you aim it, everything becomes brighter, louder, more real. And fear, by nature, demands the brightest light. When you obsess over a breakup, every song on the radio sounds like heartbreak. Worry about money, and suddenly every billboard screams debt. This isn't coincidence. It's a mental filter called the Reticular Activating System, or RAS. Think of the RAS as your brain's search engine. Type "don't get rejected" into that invisible bar, and it highlights every possible clue of rejection. Not love, not acceptance, rejection. So you tense your posture. Your eyes dart for signs of danger. You misread neutral faces as disapproval. Those micro signals ripple outward, subtly shaping how people respond to you. In other words, the more you fear something, the more you notice it. The more you notice it, the more real it becomes. Not because the world changed, but because your attention built a spotlight around the very thing you hoped to avoid. This is how fear turns into attraction. Your energy, your words, your body language, even the chances you take, flow exactly where your focus goes. Shift the focus, and the magnet weakens.
Here's the turning point. If fear feeds on attention, then freedom begins with redirection. The first step is awareness, catching yourself in the loop. Pause and name the fear. I'm afraid of being abandoned. Naming isn't weakness, it's control. What you can name, you can navigate. Next, flip the question. Instead of "what if I fail?" ask "what if I grow stronger through this?" The brain loves a challenge, and curiosity softens fear's grip. Then take small, concrete actions toward what you do want. Call a friend, Send the application. Practice the skill. Tiny steps break the pattern of avoidance. Every action signals to your brain we move toward possibility, not away from fear. And remember, fear is just a signal, not a prophecy. It's your body saying something matters here. Use it as a compass, not a cage. The moment you choose purpose over panic, your focus shifts, your energy shifts, and the magnet that once pulled you toward what you feared begins to lose its power.
Fear will always whisper. It's wired into us, but it doesn't have to steer the ship. When you stop wrestling with fear, you stop feeding it. When you choose to focus on growth, connection, and purpose, you create a different gravity, one that pulls you toward the life you actually want. You don't have to be fearless to move forward. You only need to be willing to name the fear, willing to take one step anyway. Because courage isn't the absence of fear, it's dancing with it, letting it teach you what matters, and then walking past it into possibility. Every time you redirect your attention, you're writing a new script, one where fear is just background noise, and you are the author. So the next time you feel that magnetic pull toward what you dread, remember, it's not destiny, it's a signal, and you get to decide where the story goes next.